this video, we are going to answer question how to create and manage component versions in Jira. Before we jump on solution, let's have a look what component versions are. So let's start with components. Components are usually used in bigger projects and are a great tool to help break down your project into smaller pieces. For example, in application project, you can have components like a database, APIs, or UI kit library. Some of the components can also be shared in between the projects. For example, UI library can be used in mobile and web app at the same time. And last, you can link issues to these components to give your projects a meaningful structure. Component versions come in place when in your process you need to first release new version of your component and then update versions in your main application together with the main app release. If you have a look on our example, component version UI 2.0.0 is used in the last release of our second app. You can also see that the first web app uses older version of UI kit component, so we need to think probably about updating to newer versions soon. So let's have a look on how we can achieve this in Jira. There isn't actually a solution for this in Jira out of the box, so we developed Jira app called Octo Component Management for Jira. This app allows you to create a cross-project components and also component versions. So the app will allow you to create the following structure, where you can create the component versions and link issues to these component versions. Then you can go and link component version to your main project release. You can of course decide not to do that and you don't need to link any project releases to the component versions, or you can decide to link multiple project releases to one component version. We actually try to make it as flexible as possible so it fits as many use cases as possible. So let's start with demo. Octo sits on main Jira navigation menu. First, it navigates you to the components screen, where you can see components from all of your Jira projects. You can also notice that some of the components have multiple projects assigned. We call these cross-project components. To work with component versions, navigate to Component Releases tab. Here you can see a list of all of your component versions. Let's create a version for one of our components. Let's say we need to release hotfix for one of our drop-downs. You can give it a component version name, link it to the related component, select start date and release date. You can also give it description. Once you create version, you can find it here in the list. Now let's go to link issues to our newly created component version. Navigate to the project and find the issue you want to link. In the issue detail, there is a package icon. Click on it to make component version field visible. In the field, select the version and click outside to save. When we now go back to the component versions list, we will see this issue linked. You can also link component version to the project version from any project, and you can select multiple versions, of course, even from different projects. In the table, use filters to get the view you need. Filter by status of the component version. Also filter by components or filter by the component project to see which team is working on which version at the moment. And that's about it for now. We launched this solution as initial MVP, and we are planning to introduce additional improvements like showing a list of linked component versions in your project release hub so you can quickly find out what version of component was delivered in the project release. We are also planning to bring component versions tab on a project navigation menu so it's easier to access when you are in the project. If you are interested in trialing Octo, you can visit our website jigsaw.io/octo and you can start from there.